Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this program. Yes, so once again, very good afternoon to each one of you. And before we start the program, this is a formal announcement for all the officials who all have come from different departments, be it from MSRLS, be it from horticulture, be it from agriculture department, as well as from NECTAR. I kindly request each one of you to please ensure that the farmers, the SHG members, and the participants are seated at the program hall. I repeat, I request all the officials from the Department of MSRLS, Agriculture, Horticulture, also from NECTAR, to please ensure that the SHG members, farmers, and the participants are seated in the program hall because we will be starting the program shortly. Thank you. Attention please, this is a kind request to each and every participant as well as different officials. I repeat, this is an announcement for all the participants as well as the different officials. Kindly be seated in the program hall. We will be starting shortly. I repeat, I request all the officials as well as the participants to please be seated at the program hall. We will be starting shortly. Once again, very good afternoon to each one of you present here. This is just an announcement that the Honorable Union Minister, he is en route to the site now. So it is a request to all the officials from the different departments who are present today. Please make sure that the participants, the farmers and the guests are seated at the hall. I repeat, the Union Minister, he is en route to the site. So I request all the officials to please ensure that the participants, the farmers, and the guests are seated in the hall. Thank you. Kind attention, please. I request the participants, especially the ones who are sitting together with the MSR list team, starting from Yobyang and Ban, I request you all to please occupy the seats at the front. I repeat, I request the participants from Yobyang and Ban, please make sure that you're occupying in the front. I request Bariki as well to please kindly join us. Bariki and team, please join us in the front, Ba. There is a bit of delay in the program due to bad traffic. As we know, Shillong has a really bad traffic. I request each one of you to please be seated. Our Honorable Union Minister, he is in Maudingdiang. I repeat, I request each one of you to please be seated. There should be no movement once our chief guest, the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, arrives the venue. I request all the concerned officials, if you have any more of your team member, participant, if they are at the lobby or if they are downstairs, please connect with them and request them to join us in the program hall. Thank you everyone for your cooperation. Just an update, once the Union Minister reaches the site, the live inauguration will be made available. It will be made available, right? Yeah. Yes. That's what they said, no? Yeah. So confirming that, the live video will be available here, and I think it will take him around 5 minutes max to reach it. Dear all, as you can see that our chief guest, the Honorable Minister, has arrived at the site. So as soon as he finishes laying the stone there, we will be commencing the program at the hall. Once again, a very good afternoon to everyone. As you know that the program will officially commence in some time. The Honorable Minister will soon be visiting the stalls, which are very beautifully decorated at the entrance of this particular building. Once he has completed visiting the stalls, he will be joining us here at the hall. So I request each one of you, all the participants, the SCG members, as well as the officials, please be seated. I repeat, I request all the SSG members, farmers, participants, and other officials to please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure to announce the arrival of our chief guest, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Union Minister, Science and Technology. I request everyone to please rise. A very good afternoon to each one of you, all the esteemed dignitaries, guests, and well-wishers. It is indeed a moment of immense pride and joy as we gather here for a historic occasion, the laying of the foundation stone of NECTAR's permanent campus at Umsauli, Shillong, Meghalaya. I welcome the dignitaries. Good afternoon, sir. I welcome the dignitaries to please join us at the dais. Dear friends, as we embark on a journey that will shape the future of technology-driven progress in the northeastern region, this event is honored by the presence of our chief guest, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Union Minister of Science and Technology, Government of India, along with several distinguished dignitaries. NECTAR, the Northeast Center for Technology, Application and Reach, under the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, has been a beacon of technology advancements, driving innovation, development across various sectors in the Northeast. My name is Rinki Kandain. I am the State Mission Manager under MSRLS, a nodal agency under the CNRE department, and I will be your host for the day. At this moment, we would like to extend a warm welcome and heartfelt welcome to our honorable chief guest and all esteemed dignitaries who have graced this occasion with their presence. It is here that I request the NECTAR team, which will be led by Dr. Arun Sarma, the DG NECTAR, to kindly felicitate our honorable chief guest, Dr. Jitendra Singh. I request the NECTAR officials to please proceed with the gifts. Sir, so these beautiful shawls are hand-woven by the SHG artisans of Garo Hills, promoted under Day NRLM, showcasing their tribal craftsmanship, rich culture motifs, and vibrant natural dyes. A commitment towards entrepreneurship and promoting the livelihoods of the women in the region. I now request Dr. D.P. Goyal, Director, IIM Shillong, to kindly felicitate the Honorable Chief Guest. I request the NECTAR officials to kindly please present the gifts. I request Dr. D.P. Goyal to kindly felicitate our Honorable Chief Guest. I now request Professor Mahanta, Director LIT, to kindly felicitate the Honorable Chief Guest. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you to all the dignitaries who have given the beautiful gifts of the Northeast to our Honorable Minister. Moving on, I now request Dr. Colin, Advisor Technical NECTAR, to kindly felicitate Dr. Zoram Beda, Commissioner Secretary, DG Meghalaya Climate Change Center. I now request Dr. K. Kumar, Advisor Technical NECTAR, to felicitate Dr. D.P. Goyal, Director, IIM Shillong. Thank you so much, sir. I request Dr. Rajendra, CGO NECTAR, to kindly felicitate Professor P. Mahanta, Director, NIT, Shillong. I request Shri Simanta Das, CRO NECTAR, to kindly felicitate Dr. Arun K. Sarma, DG NECTAR. Thank you so much to everyone. Dear friends, as we know that lighting of the lamp symbolizes wisdom, enlightenment, and pursuit of knowledge, I now invite our chief guest and esteemed dignitaries to please come forward and participate in the auspicious ceremony. As the flame illuminates, let it be a reminder that knowledge and innovation have the power to transform lives and bring positive change to the society. Thank you, esteemed guest. Dear friends, to formally commence the proceedings, I have the honor to invite Dr. Arun Kumar Sarma, Director General of NECTAR, to deliver the welcome address and present an overview of NECTAR's vision and contribution to the NER.
Namaskar. Good afternoon to all of you. Honorable Minister of State, Independent Judge, Ministry of Science and Technology and Art Science, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, respected Dr. Joram Beda ji, Commissioner and Secretary, Government of Meghalaya, Professor D.P. Goel, Director, IIM Shillong, Professor Pinakeshwar Mahanta, Director, NIT Meghalaya, distinguished guests of the dais, ladies and gentlemen, friends from media, a very good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, it is my privileged pride to welcome all of you to this auspicious occasion of foundation stone laying ceremony of NECTAR's permanent campus. I, on behalf of entire NECTAR family, would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Minister for his time during his busy schedule, particularly when the parliament session is going on. Sir, it is a big dream for all of us, all in NECTAR family, and a wild dream for me. Because when I took charge in NECTAR in 2019, there was nothing in Shillong. And now everything is Shillong. And today we have fulfilled the dream of having the permanent campus inauguration in Shillong. So thank you very much, sir, for your kind presence here. I must thank to the AI division of DST, to all AI heads for their continuous support to us, and also all the secretaries during this tenure to make it possible today. Sir, we have been doing a lot of work in, through NECTAR for the technology dissemination, for the societal development particularly, and few of the work that we have done, I want to just share with you. Can you please initiate that slides? Yeah. Please, yeah. Sir, as I did mention that when I took charge, it was in Delhi, our office. Then post-COVID, we took the office to Shillong. And then now we have 4 offices. We have in Guwahati, we have in Shillong, we have in Agartala, we have in Mizoram, and also we have in Manipur. Recently we have initiated in the licensing office. Go to the next. Go to the next. Yeah. As you know that we have been disseminating technology for societal development, we are basically giving the fund to the local entrepreneurs, to the NGOs, to the state government department, and we have been working very closely to the state government department. So we have already disseminated almost 170 different number of projects to the entire Northeast. And you can see the different field what we have been working. We have been working on medical, we have been working on horticulture, we have been working on agriculture, we have been working on in all possible fields where the technology is required. And you can see the distribution of our the work in all states of Northeast. So, sir, recently we got a big project, two big projects under Ministry of Donor. That's called through PM Divine Scheme, Prime Minister Development Initiative in Northeast. Under this project, we are supposed to have 12 different plants from waste to wealth. Particularly, we are talking about the banana. And already this plan has been initiated in Nagaland and Assam, and 4 more are already initiating in other places. Another project that we have been doing under the PM Divine is the promotion of scientific organic farming in entire Northeast. Through this project, we are basically trying to do 250 trained farm labs, 250 farm labs and 25,000 trained organic farmers. Under this, we already initiated a kit which has been taken from the BRC. With this kit, we are basically giving to all farmers so that they can test their own land, whether it is, what is the percentage of any NPK content is over there or not. So these two projects under PM Divine, we have been doing in entire Northeast. And we are also, there's a pet project that we have completed, and we are also doing, that's a saffron cultivation in Northeast, and that was basically done in 17 different places in Northeast, and most of that in Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, and Meghalaya. So another project that we have initiated on honey and different sectors of honey and value addition of honey. So another project we also initiated on the FPO in Arunachal Pradesh. So these are the different projects that we initiated under the extramural funds. So another project that we are doing on skill development from PMKVY, then improving of the pottery through the Ministry of Science and Technology. So these are all projects that we initiated through the different ministry. So this is also, we have also initiated a radio communication station, community radio station in 2 places in Northeast. So there are different projects, and because of time schedule, because we have very less time, so I'm not going in details all these things. So another 2 very important projects I want to share with you that we are very interested to do that in the 2 sectors, 2 verticals. One is in bamboo, because bamboo is our strength, and one is in tea, because tea is the strength of Northeast. So in bamboo sector, there is some initiative that we have done, that what we can do and what the Northeast can give the economy to the country. So as per literature, it shows that one matured bamboo tree basically can absorb 650 kg of CO2. And also it can emit around 300 kg of oxygen. Now if you do entire bamboo mapping in entire Northeast, imagine that we can, with this we can do the baseline survey for carbon credit. And we know that 1000 kg of carbon dioxide, if you can absorb, then we can earn 1 carbon credit. So this is what one dream project that we are thinking about, that through the bamboo, because bamboo, almost 60% of Northeast bamboo lies, India's bamboo lies in Northeast. So, and again, through that, if we have a technology, through that, from the bamboo we can produce bamboo charcoal, bamboo salt, and the activated carbon. And again, so bamboo charcoal having calorific value almost 7,000 kilocalorie per kg, which is many times more than coal. So that can be used in refineries, in the tea factories, as well as in different parts where they are using coal and diesel. So we are also looking at that. Another sector we are looking very closely is the tea sector, because the Northeast tea is basically averagely more than 15% catechin content. And you know that at this moment, the global catechin market is almost $17 billion US. So if you can trap almost 0.1% of that, that is also coming around 140 CR Indian rupees. So this catechin is also very important for the application in the pharmaceutical industry. As we have already initiated to submit a project to the Ministry of Donor as a pilot project, so which can also to make a huge impact to the economy of this region. Sir, I will not take much time because a lot of things, because we have limited time. So I sincerely hope that this permanent campus of NECTAR, and with the dedicated young team with me, and the support from the ministry, we can extract more nectar from the abundant sources of Northeast. I am sure that NECTAR will fulfill the aspiration of rural Northeast people and by enhancing their capability, and indeed will make a significant contribution to the nation building and all of our dream to become Viksit Bharat as soon as possible. I again sincerely thank and apologize to Mantriji for all these miscommunication and all these things happening. So, sincerely thank for Mantriji, particularly he has come only for this program today. So, many thanks to you, sir. And I also thank to all my colleagues for supporting. I also thank to the government of Meghalaya for supporting all logistic and everything. Thank you to the Ministry of Science and Technology. Jai Hind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sarma, for your insightful words. Your leadership at NECTAR has been instrumental in driving cutting-edge technology solutions that are truly transforming lives in the northeastern region. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know that technology is a powerful tool for empowerment, and today, NECTAR takes a step in ensuring that it reaches those who need it the most. By streamlining the management of information system, our web portal and mobile-based application has been developed, which will provide real-time information on soil data, farmer details, crop details, and geospecification. I request the NECTAR official to kindly come forward, because it is here that the official launching of the mobile application by our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Jitendra Singh, will be done. Ladies and gentlemen, the official launch of the mobile application developed by NECTAR. With access to digital tools, agriculture advancement, and better market. It is very crucial to highlight that NECTAR, in collaboration with Bhabha Atomic Research Center, has developed a soil testing kit for quantifying the organic carbon. And it is also to be very greatly highlighted here that the kit will be distributed to further 25,000 farmers in the entire northeastern region. I request the NECTAR officials to kindly proceed with the distribution of the smartphones to the farmers. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, every day we are enjoying our food, and it is only through these farmers that we are able to enjoy the organic, the natural food which is grown in our own state. So please don't hesitate, give a very big round of applause to our SAG members and farmers who make it their mission to provide with us and keep us healthy. So moving on, we will now move to the certificate distribution for... Okay. So moving on, as we know that Sir has also spared his valuable time, I would now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Union Minister, Science and Technology, to kindly deliver his keynote address.
Thank you, seated on the dais, Director Dr. Sarma, Director IIM Dr. Goel, Mr. Joram, Director IIT Mahanto, members of the fraternity, faculty members of IIM, NECTAR. I'm sorry I'm short of time, so I have to, and the responsibility lies with the director, so I don't have to be held responsible for that because I was not told that it takes about 1 hour to reach this place. And the program minute to minute showed that the program starts at 12 and finishes off by 1:30. So we have reached here by 2, in spite of the flight having come in time. So I'm sure you should also have a time clock here. You could evolve a strategy. In the Science and Technology Ministry itself under CSIR, we have the NPIL, which enjoys expertise in atomic clock. So I think we should have one collaboration for that too. But then the casualty is the time that I could have spent here and also gone back wiser. And I was looking forward to educate myself more through the projects that Dr. Sarma has so beautifully and passionately been talking about. Now, having said that, there was also an option because this foundation stone laying got delayed from time to time, so we were planning it, then again it would get rescheduled because I would not find time to come here. And finally, the suggestion came that I could do it virtually. But I said no, that would not have the same kind of impact doing it virtually because I wouldn't know what I'm doing. So not would you know who's done it. It would just assume. So I don't think I need it because this was the PPT. So, and that also is in keeping with the prioritization with which Prime Minister Narendra Modi is giving to the Northeast. And if you recall, those of you, because I have been associated with this, I was the donor ministry for more than 7 years. So when we came in the first time in 2014, soon after the government was sworn in on the 26th of May, the first demand that would come from the public when you landed at Guwahati was to increase the number of commercial chopper flights to Shillong. And now it's the other way around. You have the chopper flights that people want to move on by road. So scenic is the journey. And I think the Commissioner also deserves to be complimented. Both the Meghalaya government have very beautifully sought all the patronage and support from the Modi government to accomplish all this. There were at least 3-4 states, including Meghalaya, which had never seen a train. Today you have one. Everywhere, and I think except for Sikkim, you have the double gauge. We have water in ways now. I mean, so many things. I mean, it's only those who have seen what was there before 2014 would realize what it is right now. There's a network of roads. For 3 months, 4 months, there would be blockades, clogging, rain, etc. So, there are the airports. Your Shillong airport was stuck up for, and I would always say that Shillong was actually the regional capital of Assam. The erstwhile Assam, both in times of the British as well as the post-independence India. Still, you didn't have a Shillong airport. And the easiest excuse they would give was that there's a hillock which cannot be negotiated. But now, of course, that also has been taken care of. Arunachal, the most northeastern part, the first ever train, I remember we came with the Prime Minister, it was flagged off from there, the Arunachal Express. So, why I'm saying so is that this institution is also a part of that transformation having happened. NECTAR came into existence in 2014, the very first year of the Modi government, first term, 1.0. And as Dr. Sarma was saying, it started functioning from Delhi, but then it shifted over to this place also somewhere around 2020 or 21 again. So I'm glad that the entire growth of this institution, right, beginning from its infancy, has happened during the last 10, 11 years under the patronage of Prime Minister Modi. So that is also a reason why I wanted to be associated, not virtually, but physically, because today you're going to have your own now premises and your own permanent building, because still now you are in another premises. So I think this is a landmark in the journey of NECTAR of the last 1 decade, and also one of the hallmarks and highlights of what has happened to transform Northeast over the last 10, 11 years. Now, of course, the foundation stone for the permanent campus and also a collaborative center of excellence, as was being mentioned. And I'm also glad that NECTAR has, living up to its mandate, not only confined itself to Shillong, it has offered its services and involved all the 8 states of Northeast in one way or the other. Because many of the institutions happen to be in Shillong by legacy, because this was the original capital of Assam. For example, you have the Northeastern Council over here, because that time this was the capital. So you have but this came in afterwards, in the present scenario, and yet here not being by legacy of being there, by default. It is there by design, and by design, their own effort, they have spread over to the entire Northeast and provided their services to Northeast. So that is something which I think deserves to be complimented. The success stories Dr. Sarma was narrating. I think he can take another 1 hour or so if so much of work has been done and he's been very passionate about it. But I'm glad he gave me a note which I was just going through on my way here and took me 45 minutes, so time enough to go through his speech. So, and some of the success stories, the Mission Saffron, that also was launched during this government, 2021, Modi government second term. And very recently, only last year, we had the GI tag for the Jammu Kashmir saffron. And I'm glad to also note that Northeast may emerge as the next saffron hub of India after Jammu and Kashmir. So that also makes it significant because Prime Minister Modi has been giving higher priority, rather highest priority to these regions, Northeast, Jammu Kashmir, the ocean territories, the island territories. And in fact, soon after he took the oath in 2014, he had said that I would focus primarily on those territories which did not receive their due attention in the last few decades, so that they rise to the same level of development as the other regions. And that, he said very scientifically, that is also important if you want the overall growth of India, because you can't expect the wholesome development of India or Mother India if the West grows and the East doesn't grow. And I know how many of you have noticed that he's visited Northeast almost 60, 65 times, which is much more than the total number of visits by all the preceding prime ministers. And so also the cabinet ministers in the center are persuaded or directed to do so. And therefore, when you have this saffron park, it connects you to the other priority area of Prime Minister Modi, that is the Jammu and Kashmir, and it's also befitting for the farmers across the region, whether it's Sikkim, it's Arunachal, it's Meghalaya. And of course, he was talking about the mega projects, the common facility centers, and in the other, his note was mentioning, I significantly noticed that very recently in 2023, a memorandum of understanding between NECTAR and the Meghalaya State Rural Development Society. Now, the other program is, of course, as was being shown in those displays, the drone and the Swamitu program is, I think, one of the role model success stories of this government, which is now also being emulated by the other countries, some of our success stories in governance, because that involves technology, that involves governance, that involves ease of living, that involves citizen centricity, and that virtually puts the revenue officers, including the patawaris, out of job. So the citizen can map his boundaries, his farms, and accomplishes with much more accuracy and authenticity using drones and the satellites. And of course, the STEM education labs that he was mentioning, this NECTAR drone ecosystem, the solar dehydrators, and also you are contributing to study of the flood vulnerabilities in these areas, particularly when you have Majuli and other places around. I think the NECTAR has actually diversified itself in various areas, including now you also have the beekeeping and the honey mission, as he was mentioning. And bamboo, of course, and bamboo also, because I'm sure you know equally well, we have the bamboo center over here, just on the Meghalaya Guwahati road, which is earlier known as earlier it was known as Bamboo and Teak Center. What is it? TDC. Now it's changed. Now it's called Northeast. Yeah, NCBC. So you could also utilize their resources, their services. In fact, at one point in time, about 7-8 years ago, we had also arranged for groups of youngsters or artisans from other parts of country, other states, to visit that center, spend there a few weeks and take back, because bamboo, as you said, is of course the reserve is maximum in Northeast, but the consumption is everywhere else. It's picking up everywhere, including in the metropolis like Mumbai, where it doesn't grow, but it is used because of its cost effectiveness and versatility. It can be anywhere. As you mentioned, it could be panels, it could be building, it could be even for eating, and it could also be for your grocery, for toiletries. So I'm sure you would contribute by doing so to also the growth story of overall India, and you're also into academics by way of offering trainings, But now, before I go, I think I would rather also emphasize that at least one area you have to focus now and place it at a higher priority compared to the other areas, because otherwise you will end up becoming a journalist. Not journalist, generalist. So you won't have an identity of your own. So just as for example, we have IIT, the first 5 IITs I'm talking about, the other ones I'm still trying to familiarize myself. But earlier 5 IITs, each one specialized in one stream of academics, and that's how they gained recognition. So I think now that we have so many institutions all across, I was actually telling the Secretary DST yesterday also, now that the foundation stone has been laid, a new campus will come up, you should also start planning right from inception that you would have a dedicated block for so and so. So I'm not going to suggest that. You can work on that and see what are your resource, both human resource, academic resource, and the natural resource to excel in that. So that if you excel in that, you will have a pan-India recognition. Otherwise, you will end up being one of the, at least in the Ministry of Science and Technology, we have 37 institutes under CSIR, we have 14 under DBT, we have as many number in DST, and if you take the other ministries of science, as many, so you'll be one of them. So each time when you say NECTAR, you'll also have to tell what it does NECTAR stand for. It's not that nectar Amrit. The acronym sounds very secret, but then you'll have to tell people. That's what is happening with these many, because so many acronyms have come up and people don't know what is it. But if you have put your footprint, then the common people, particularly the youth and students, would refer you with your name, and they would remember the acronym more than the other. And I'm sure you have the capacity, just that I'm leaving that with that thought, and next time when you do that, we'll be back here. You could also think of involving, because you have the Ningwells here, there's a new concept now. IIT Kanpur, IISc Bangalore are now asking for a medical school in the same premises that has come up, because most of the medical practice has been taken over by physics. The practitioner hardly does anything. The AI does the the diagnosis, the therapeutic prescription also is generated. So I think you could also think something on those lines, because you have a medical institute nearby which is of considerable repute. You could also engage in an MOU with them. And the other part is you could also academically collaborate. For example, they have the post-graduation courses, the MD thesis. The UGC guideline says that the first guide, the parent guide, has to be from the parent organization, but the second guide can be from the other institution. So why can't you think of having co-guides from your institution with those institutions? Because you have with IIT, with immigrants, so that you have an academic relationship, because that is more lasting. When the students run here and there, come to and fro, they carry something from here to there, something from there to here, and then also become good resource persons. Because you are just starting off, so you have time actually to evolve. Once you get established, then it is also difficult to change the reputation or the image that has emerged, even if you seek to. So I think you are in the formative phase, and it's the best time happening, and you have the capacity to contribute to what is being widely said as Atmanirbhar Bharat. So you could make Atmanirbhar Northeast, you could be contributing to Viksit Northeast, and both together then contributing to Atmanirbhar Northeast and Atmanirbhar and the Viksit Bharat and the Atmanirbhar Bharat. So you could become an instrument of Atmanirbharta and Viksit Northeast to contribute to the overall. And I'm sure Northeast is going to be the next engine, because when we move from the fifth to third economy, and then to the top, from fragile 5 we come to 5, where as scientists we should be asking ourselves, where will that value addition come from? Value addition will come from these regions which were not fully explored or remain underexplored in the past. And when the other the regions have already achieved saturation. So our Himalayan regions, our hill resources, and of course that side our marine resources, we have 12 states, of course, that is not applicable here. But we have a northeast resource which has not been fully utilized, and if you fully utilize it, you will be the torch bearer of the next phase of the last leg of India's growth story, which before it reaches 2047. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for your valuable insight. It is indeed under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister that the Northeastern region has seen a remarkable changes in terms of technology, in terms of infrastructure development. And it is here that we strive for greater innovation, excellence, and to follow the Viksit Bharat. Thank you, sir.